Hey, Lance, what are your thoughts on what's gone on with the Oakland A situation? That's dominated the news beyond baseball, especially this week. It's basically official that they're going to be going to Vegas, and it seems like forget the owner. We know he's trash. He's done the city wrong, but the commissioner spoke yesterday too, and he threw like the sarcastic diss at fans. They were like, "Oh, what'd you think of the reverse boycott?" Which had 27,000 people. By the way, the Vegas stadium's going to have max capacity of 30K. And he's like, "Oh, it's nice to see," I'm paraphrasing a little, "It's nice to see like an average crowd there for once," basically is what he said.
That doesn't surprise me. So, but you look at Oakland. They definitely need a new stadium. You just wish it was going to be in Oakland. To be honest, it's always fun to go play. I enjoy playing in the Coliseum until you get in the showers and sewage starts coming out of the drains and stuff like that. But all those old ballparks are always fun because you're like, man, this is where other guys played that you watched growing up and that you idolized. So you're going to miss some of that. But they definitely need a new ballpark. I read something where Harper said that they had the expansion hockey team and everyone kind of rallied around them because it was theirs. I understand how the city of Vegas could be like that too. Man, we'd rather have an expansion so it could be ours from the get go instead of getting somebody somebody that's transferring in type thing. So I'm anxious to see what it all really comes down to. But when it's said and done, Oakland, the players and things like that, they needed a new ballpark, and I wish it was going to be in Oakland, but it looks like it might be heading to Vegas for sure.
I feel like when I listen to Manfred talk, do you feel like he has baseball's best interests at heart, or do you feel like there's some ulterior motive?
I mean, you're looking at a guy who's got to run a business, and I think it's sometimes more about the business than the game for him, and I guess that's his job. But when I see NBA and the way that their commissioner works with their players and stuff, it just has a little different vibe than ours does. But that's just the way it goes here. So I think it's more about business, more about getting expansions, and more about making as much money as possible. And it's not always about maybe the players and the fans as it should be. But if we go out and perform and put on a show, then I guess we're doing our job.
Yeah, but isn't the business the product on the field?
We've been saying that our whole careers, haven't we? When you played, you're like, man, it's about us on the field, people coming to watch us and us putting on a show. But the more and more you play, the more and more you realize we don't matter. They're just waiting to bring the next 21 to 24-year up, and fans are going to root for him no matter what. So if we lose for a couple of years, who cares? Blah, blah, blah. We don't have to put the best product on the field all the time. So I think it's gone away from that. It used to be, hey, let's go get the best players on each team each year to see what we can do. Now it's, oh, how can I make the best business model possible? And that's their right as owners, man. They bought the teams to make money, except one, the Mets owner seemed to buy the team to make sure he wins. So it's all a little different now than it used to be for sure.
Do you feel like there should be two roles for a commissioner, like CEO, business manager type of role, who's thinking about the dollars and cents over everything, which seems to be the case for the most part, and then someone who's actually overseeing the game, the rules, all of that, and still be in the league office, but it feels like two different jobs?
Yeah, it definitely does. And when you look at, especially when it comes to player relationship with the commissioner, it's not at an all-time high. I can tell you that. So you need a buffer there, whether it's somebody that can actually come in and articulate that they care about the game and care about the players, and not just doing whatever's best for the owners. So you're going to have that back and forth. You wish there was actually more of a back and forth. Right now, it feels a little one-sided that. He's a commissioner of baseball, but his job is to make the owners happy and make them a lot of money, and the players just got to deal with whatever comes. And that's part of the gig. We know what we signed up for, but it would be nice to be heard a little bit, especially when it comes to on-field matters, to make the game as good as it possibly can be for the fans and for the health and safety of the players and all that stuff.